and welcome back to our channel. This is a knitting podcast about all things fiber related. My name is Yolanda.
I'm Jordan.
And we live right outside of Dallas, Texas with my husband, my daughter Alexis, who is 4, Dante, who is 16, and of course Jordan, who is
13.
So if you are new to our channel, welcome, and if you are liking the content that you're seeing, please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button so that you won't miss any notifications in the future. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back each episode and supporting us. So this episode is going to be quite a lot of content in regards to acquisitions, because I went to DFW Fiberfest. Was that last week? Yes.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was a long time ago. But yes, last week. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. If you guys want to, grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a glass of wine, just depending upon when you're watching this episode. Okay, so we're going to start off first by I was contacted by KnitCrate, and a lot of you guys already know about KnitCrate from other podcasters on YouTube, etc. And they contacted me and asked me if I would like to participate in showing off their membership, their monthly membership subscription. And I was like, yes, because I've been kind of curious about not necessarily just KnitCrate, but monthly subscriptions in general. Anyway, monthly subscriptions in general. And anyway, I have been saying all the good stuff that all of the other podcasters have been showing. So when they contacted me, I said, yes, let's do this, because I want to give my honest opinion and review on this. I am not getting paid by KnitCrate to show these wonderful items, but I do have a link at the bottom. So if you guys decide that you want to buy or subscribe to the monthly membership, I do get a commission off of that, because I'm always here to be honest and tell you about everything. And also there is a 20% off coupon code, Happee20. I'll leave all that information in the description box below, but if you use that code, you will get 20% off of your first order with KnitCrate. So I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball with showing KnitCrate, because when they contacted me, it was already the end or close to the end of March. So their first shipment to me was March's membership, and most of you guys have already seen that from other podcasters, but I want to show it to you because it's one thing to see it on YouTube, it's another to see it in person. And so March's KnitCrate was called Sugar, and it was a light. It's their description is light like marzipan and fresh macaroon, French macaroons. These fruity candy colored tones are just what we need coming out of
cold winter and headed into spring.
So the good thing about this subscription is that, and I didn't know this before they sent it to me, is that the value of these memberships each month is about $64, but you only pay $24, $24.99 I think a month, and you get that much value. You're going to get 1 crochet pattern, 1 knit pattern, and you're also going to get 2 skeins of yarn from the KnitCrate company themselves. So I think it's a pretty good deal. I mean, just looking at what I got for the month of March, and I also have April's over here to show you as well. That's a pretty good deal. So I got in my package for the month of March, I ended up getting the Uru. Is that how you say that, Jordan?
You are you.
Uru. Let's see if it'll pick it up. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, this, I was like, oh my god, this is so nice. This is the Uru yarn, and it is the lavender colorway. So it's more of a lavender mix, and you can't see it probably from the camera, but it's got stellina in it. So it is 70% Superwash Merino, 20% Nylon, and 10% stellina. So the stellina in this is rocking. 399 yards, and the patterns that they put in here, you should be able to do one pattern with the yarn that they put in here. So the pattern for the month of March for the knitting pattern is this beautiful, I think it's a shawl. Yeah, it's a beautiful shawl, Jordan.
It's not working.
Yeah, by Chelsea Burke Compass, and it's the pattern called Bloom. And then if you are a crocheter, they have a pair of socks in here for you by Brenda Anderson, and it is the pattern.
You can crochet socks.
You can crochet socks. Pattern Nectarine. Let's see. There we go. Wow. Nectarine. So anyway, so I was quite excited to get this and show this off to you guys. So like I said, you get 2 patterns. And I'm not going to go over this with the April one because it's pretty much the same thing. So you're going to get 2 patterns, 1 crochet, 1 knit, and you get 2 skeins of yarn, like I said, and free shipping. So you get a value of on this one of $63. So if you're interested in that, like I said, go down to the description box below and check that out. And like I said, I was very impressed with the yarn, especially, you know, you guys, I love sock yarn. So I'm going to show you April's unboxing. April. And I saw somebody else's April unboxing. They got a different colorway than I did. And
I thought April should have been purple.
I love both of them. So April's unboxing is called the Golden Hour. Can I see that? Yeah, the Golden Hour. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And it says, the precious moments right before the sun sets, when it is low in the west, casts ochre tones across the world. This time is called the Golden Hour. And so with this particular monthly unveiling, if you guys are a KnitCrate subscriber, I guess I should tell you to turn away in case you haven't gotten yours. But if you're not, then just take a look at this. So in this month's April's unboxing, you could have gotten the Red Rock or the Prickly Pear. I saw the Red Rock. The Red Rock is gorgeous, but they shipped me the Prickly Pear.
Mine focused first.
Yours focused first. Haha.
No.
There we go. The Prickly Pear. So, is it not focusing? There we go. I think this lighting is kind of... There we go. Look at those tones of greens and dark greens. It literally is Prickly Pear. Is that not the best? It is 100% Superwash Merino, 230 yards. So you're going to get, with this particular April's KnitCrate, you are going to get this wonderful pattern by Emily. I think her last name is Johannes. It's focusing on your face.
It always does.
Emily Johannes, and the pattern is Chloris if you are a knitter, and if you are a crocheter, the pattern is Abby Swanson, and it is the Tempest Cowl. So you get those 2 patterns in April's KnitCrate, and yeah.
Could have gotten Red Rock.
I could have gotten Red Rock or Prickly Pear, but they sent me Prickly Pear. Oh, I'm sorry, or Endless Sky or Naturel. So Jordan is right. So there were 4 choices, right? 4 choices for this month. Anyway, so guys, you know that I am currently hosting a KAL for the Spring Fling KAL, and guess what?
This has been chosen.
I am going to give away my Prickly Pear. Now, I'm not giving away the the other one because I love sock yarn, and I really think that I can do something with that, or even make the pattern that came with the pattern that came with the membership. But guys, I really do love this as well. But I'm going to give this to 2 of the winners of the Spring Fling KAL. So, Spring Fling KAL 18.
18.
So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed looking at the KnitCrate subscription. I think that I'm going to receive one more subscription, and I really am thinking about subscribing, because the 2 that I've gotten so far have really
nice.
They're really nice, and I'm like, yeah, you really can't beat that. So now, since we're talking about giveaways for the spring, that's a tongue twister, the Spring Fling KAL18, let me show you what we're going to be giving away in addition to that. But I do want to go over the rules real quick. So we're going to knit anything that reminds you of spring, and you got to tell me why. So head over to the Happee Knits Ravelry group and put in, we have a chatter thread and we have a non-chatter thread. In the chatter thread, you can talk about anything you want to, comment on anybody's pictures, etc. In the finished objects thread, there is no chatter, just so it'll make it easier for me to pick the winners. And in the finished objects thread, please be sure to comment of why it reminds you of spring. So it just needs to be 50 grams of yarn, 1 entry per person. And guys, I am going to extend this KAL by 1 week. And the reason why is because I felt like I should have, I'm looking at my calendar. I wanted to podcast last week because there are some people that probably did not catch the last podcast. So I want to give them the opportunity to participate if they want to. So originally I had this set to end Saturday, April the 28th. I am going to extend it for 1 week, and I'm going to change the dates to where it's going to end May the 5th. So I think that still gives you about 3 weeks to get in your entry. So with that, let me show you the prizes that I have for this KAL. So you've already seen the 2 KnitCrate skeins that I'm going to give, and also I ordered something from Jade, who is the owner of So Perfect Purls. She has a podcast on YouTube, and she also has, she just started selling yarn not too long ago, so she has an Etsy shop as well. All of that information will be below, and also in the description box as well, and in the Ravelry notes. So anyway, let me find her. She was gracious enough to, and I'm trying to look for, she was gracious enough to donate a skein of yarn to the podcast, and I am going to give that away as a prize. Guys, I've got so much stuff over here that it is just utterly
a mountain
ridiculous. So she graciously has given, and the light is blowing out quite a bit on this, because I think it's because it is it's a little bit of a lighter color, but this is her Mintalicious colorway. I wish you guys could see the colorway on this. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I think you are really going to enjoy it, because it really is a real true minty color. It is going to be 75% Superwash Merino and 25% Nylon. I'm going to leave it in the packaging so that when you get it, it'll be all nice and pretty for you. So that's prize number 3. Prize number 3. And also at DFW Fiberfest, I ran into Amanda, who is the dyer behind Lone Star Arts. I always get, yeah, Lone Star Arts. And she also has a podcast on YouTube that's called, I think, the River City Knits podcast. Anyway, I ran into her. It was good to see her again. I saw her last year at DFW Fiberfest, and she has also donated some items to the podcast as well, and I'm going to give those away in this KAL too. So this is a cute little project bag, and it says wake up, knit, and repeat. So what is so cool about this bag is on the inside it has, you can't see it very well. Let's see.
Let's find out.
Yeah, you can't really see it very well, but it has like computer code on it, null and if then statements, and it is so cool, and it has socks written on there. I think that someone is going to really truly enjoy this bag. Like I said, Lone Star Arts And I'll leave her information down below as well. But she also donated
baby arms.
Minis. Look at these. Look at these minis. They are absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to leave all of the information below for these. Now, this one here, I'm going to have to keep for myself because I think it is so stinking gorgeous. They're all 20 grams on her Mockingbird base, which is going to be her 100% Superwash Merino base. And this one is, they're all Lucky Leprechaun purple. This one is blue. And this one is pink. Gorgeous. Minis. So if you want to do some toes, heels, and cuffs, this is the way to go. So this is the next prize. So if someone is going to win 3 sets of minis from Lone Star Arts. Okay. So I think that's going to give us 5 prizes. Yeah, 5 prizes for this KAL. So guys, if you want to, go ahead and get your entries in. You've got about 3 more weeks because, like I said, I just extended the deadline for you. And I want to continue to see all those great items that you guys are knitting up and or crocheting. So, yeah. Whew, I feel like I said a lot. I feel like I said a lot. Okay, so next up. So, we all love podcasts, right? Whether it's the long ones, the short ones, the ones in between, the funny ones, the serious ones, whatever. So, I always like to try to find new ones, just because I want to give those podcasters a little bit of love too, because, you know, it takes a lot to podcast and it takes a lot to make the decision to podcast. I know that because I've been doing it for a little over a year now, and there is a lot of behind the scenes work that a lot of people don't know about. So you got to have a passion and a like for podcasting. So when I find new podcasters, I like to shout them out or try to shout them out and give them some love. And I haven't done that in a while. So I've got 2 that I want to shout out to today that are brand new podcasters. That one of them follows me anyway, and I've known her for a little while, Deborah. She is the podcaster behind Buckthorn Farms. She is a physicist out in Oklahoma, so we're kind of like neighbors. And so I'm going to link all of her information down below, but if you can, go ahead and give her a shout out and check out her video and see if that's something, or her podcast, to see if that's something that you are interested in watching. And also, I found another podcaster, and her podcasting is Best Day Ever Podcast. I think right now she only has 2 videos up. I think I started with her second video and then went back to her first one. But she has a very nice, calming voice, and she had great content in her second video. So I can see that she is going to be a great podcaster as well. So you guys go ahead and check her out too. Okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. Awesome. Okay, so now, last time I told you guys that I was going to finish Jordan socks. So I was 99% correct on that. So
1% incorrect.
1% incorrect because the only thing that I have left is the bind off.
No.
The what?
I said binding.
Binding, bind off.
Binding.
Same. Okay. So these are his Tardis socks, and these were knit with US size 1 needles, 2.25. My regular sock recipe, which is toe up with a rounded toe by Lynn Ashton. And of course, we've got my very comfortable Flegel heel. And then I did 1x1 ribbing for 20 rounds. And then I'm going to do the Jenny Surprisingly Stretchy Bind Off today because we're taking a road trip. So that's a great time to get those bound off. But anyway, he is totally in love with them. Asked me could he wear them today. Well, as soon as they come off the needles, he can do whatever he wants to except put a hole in them. right? Because we know that that is very, very possible. And these, of course, we're living in... Let me take these off the sock blockers. Oh, I'm sorry. So I forgot to tell you, though. The yarn is by Mitchell C. Creations. Tara. She's got a Etsy shop, and she also sells wonderful bags as well. And this is also living in her bag that she kindly donated to Jordan. Okay, so moving on. So whips. So
what whips are there? I
started Alexis's socks. Oh, okay. And they are living in this beautiful owl. Let's see if we can get there.
Yarn lives in project bags.
They live in project bags. Look at that. Hoot, hoot. This beautiful crafted bag is by Bumpy Crafts. She has an Etsy shop, and I love all of her bags. I have showed these on, I don't know why it's not focusing. I have showed these on the podcast before, but her bags are absolutely one of the best crafted bags I've ever seen. You just get so much for your buck, and they're just fun. They're just really, really fun bags. So anyway, living in here are the socks, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will have already seen these. They're a little tangled. Let's see what's going on with this. Yeah. And you guys know I knit all my socks 2 at a time, because if I didn't, I don't think they would ever get done. So anyway, these are
Jelly Belly.
Jelly bracelets. I don't know why you want to call them jelly bellies. Now move your head. Now move your head. Now move your head. Move your head. His voice, y'all, is getting so deep. It's kind of like, am I sitting next to a kid or am I sitting next to a man? Anyway, so these are the jelly bracelet socks. And the color's getting just a slightly blown out because it's a very sunny day here and the lights that I have up. But the colors are rich and just delicious. And Alexis is so in love with these. So these are being knit on my ChalGoo one US size 1 2.25 needles, and like I said, 2 at a time. And it's the same recipe that I always use. We're gonna do toe up. Now actually I didn't do a rounded toe on these. I just did the standard
trapezoid toe.
They're not trapezoid. I did the standard toe on these where you increase every other round, and I did the yarn over increases. I have a tutorial on my channel if you have not seen that. That was the best thing ever. No more make ones, no more make one right, left. That yarn over increase is just, it's just brilliant. It just makes things go very, very fast. You know if you've already increased. You know if you've already knitted a even row. I love it. So Alexis, you know, since she's 4, she doesn't have really big feet. So I started, I cast on 10 stitches and increased to 52 stitches. And that is a really good stitch count for her. I'm making the foot just a tad bit bigger because we're heading into summertime, so she's not probably going to be wearing socks a whole lot. So if I make the foot a little bit bigger, she'll be able to wear them throughout winter, this coming winter, and probably a little bit into the spring of next year, because she wore the last socks that I made her for quite a while. So
those red ones?
Yeah, the red ones. Because she wears a red shirt to school every day, and so red socks come in handy for her. So yeah, so she's excited about those. She asked to try them on every day. So that is going to be the whips, right? Okay, so if you guys have watched my DFW Fiberfest vlog, if you haven't, check it out. I visited Bigfoot Fiber's booth at DFW Fiberfest. And I'm sorry, right now I'm having a brain fart, but I cannot remember her name. It just escapes me. But you know who you are. Anyway, she had this beautiful hat on, and I just had to ask her who it was done by, what the pattern was. So she gave me, am I doing that? She gave me all the information. The pattern is called Jane by Jane Richmond, and it has faux. I can't. Sometimes I just. It has faux cables in it, and it was such a pretty, rich toned color that I literally. This is literally what made me buy the pattern, and also what made me buy the yarn from her shop. I've already. I'm telling you, I've already wound it up. It is living in my sewing machine bag. Yes, it is living in my Happee Knits sewing machine bag, but I have not cast it on yet because my circular needles are sitting on another project that I need for this. But I wound it up. Look at that color.
Looks very autumn.
It is. It is called. This is very interesting that you would say that. It is called Scummy Maple. Scummy Maple, and that's the color that she had on in the video. So if you want to check out the actual video with her wearing the hat, like I said, go to my vlog for the DFW Fiberfest. This is 100% superwash merino and 220 yards because you only need one skein to make that hat. So I'm gonna see if I can post a picture of the hat up here somewhere so you guys can take a look at it. But I just fell in love with the hat. I fell in love with the colors. So I'm gonna have all of her Bigfoot Fibers information down below as well. So check out her shop because she had a lot of wonderful pieces too. So that was my pick. Remember, we're gonna bring back the pick. What was the pick? What was the pick? Project in Q. So that is in my pick section because I'm going to knit it. It is, like I said, it's already been skeined and put in a ball. So yeah. Are you done?
No.
Okay. Let's watch the time, Jordan. This is going to be a little bit longer of a podcast because I went wild and crazy at DFW Fiberfest. Okay, so I love all of my viewers. I love when you guys just send me thank yous or just chit chat with me. It makes me so happy. So I received in the mail, and this was just really just a beautiful, beautiful gesture. I can't even tell you. So Leslie Wind is a maker of jewelry and things like that to help us knitters knit. She has lots of tools out there, and if you, a lot of you may already know her. If not, like I said, she has an Etsy shop out there. You guys go out and check out her Etsy shop. She has the most wonderful crafted, beautiful jewelry that that I have seen as far as for us knitters. So she was gracious and kind enough to send me a thank you for making, I think, the 2 at a time Fleagle Hill tutorial. So Jordan, let's watch our time, so because I don't want the camera to cut off while I'm in the middle of this. But she makes these awesome, oops, let me get this untangled. She makes these awesome cable needle bracelets. Not bracelets, necklaces. So you can wear them while you are knitting, and if you need to use the cable section of it, you'll have it handy for you to use and not have to look around and go, where is my cable needle? I don't know what happened to it, etc. I'm gonna make sure that you guys can see that. Anyway, I'm telling you, they're even more gorgeous in person. So this lighting is not doing it justice. So she sent me one of those, and I'm going to show you this other one that she sent as well. Like I said, they're just quite interesting and they're just perfect. So here is another of one of her designs. Ooh. There we go. One of her designs. Also a cable needle for you to use when you are cabling to put around your neck. Just like I said, just a beautiful, it's a beautiful idea. So you guys take the opportunity to go out to her Etsy shop, look her up, contact her. I'm going to show you one of her cards. So I'll show you a card of hers real quick with her information on it. But like I said, all this information, let me see. All of this information, Jordan, will be in the description box below, so you can check her out. Okay? Okay, awesome. Awesome. So, before I went to DFW Fiberfest, literally before I went to DFW Fiberfest, I was off of my yarn diet because I knew it was coming up. So, I ordered, and I've already told you, I ordered something from So Perfect Purls from Jade. Like I said, she has a podcast, and also she just started dyeing yarn. And I saw this. She calls it a misdye. I don't love it when dyers misdye, but I love it because they may call it a misdye. I call it gorgeousness.
Perfectness.
Yes, perfectness. So here is what she is calling a misdye. Come on, guys. Look at that.
Nothing wrong with it.
There's she might not be able to repeat it. It's probably what the deal is, but it's got the greens and it's just, look, it's so pretty. It is so pretty. So I grabbed up this skein real quick, and I have no idea what I'm going to make with it. But of course, when I saw it, I was like, it's got to come home with me. It's got to come home with me. Anyway. So those are the acquisitions that are outside of DFW Fiberfest. So now let's get down to the nitty-gritty of DFW Fiberfest. So Jordan, this was your first time going to DFW Fiberfest. What did you think?
It was really, really fun.
What did you like most about it?
The fact that people there knew who I was, and they came up to me and said hi. that was pretty awesome, right? So what did you think about all the booths and all of the vendors there? Wasn't it nice to see all the different kinds of yarns, the bags, and yeah, it is a knitters and crocheters heaven. Yes, I think that's right. So anyway, so let's get started on my acquisitions. So if you watch the vlog channel, I went to the booths of Carol, who is the dyer behind Chicken Coop Dye Works. And I scored these beautiful babies. I scored these babies at the booth. Why is it not coloring?
I think the coloring is off, guys, just because of the lights that I have. But just know that they are gorgeous. I think they're probably better back here, but you really can't see them as well. So anyway, so I picked this one out. This is her roasted tomato colorway.
Roasted tomato.
And I might take pictures of these to put these to make it a little bit easier for you to see.
Of everything.
Yeah, probably. I'll probably take a picture of everything. Anyway, so it's her roasted tomato colorway, and both of these are 463 yards, 75% superwash merino, and 25% nylon. Jordan picked this colorway, which is called Germinate. Yep. Which is called Germinate. And it's got speckles and all kinds of goodness in that sock. So socks for Alexis. These may be for Jordan because, like I said, he picked these out. So who am I to deny the kid, right? Okay, so everything that I purchased for DFW Fiberfest will be linked below. So check out if you want to go to each individual vendor's website. That is available for you. Next up is Brazen Stitchery. I love their yarns as well. And here are two of the colorways that I got from them. The top one is dyed by Penny, and it is 100% superwash merino. It is in the colorway Whiz Bangs. Whiz Bangs. Okay, and the next one up is going to be dyed by Stacy. And I know you can't probably see it in the video, but this is 75% Superwash Merino, 20% Nylon, and 5% Gold Stellina. And it is on their Paparazzi sock base. And the colorway is Best Engineer in the Verse. Okay? And it's pinks and blues. Like I said, it's kind of being blown out a little bit in the camera, but it's pinks and blues, and it's beautiful. And gold. Beautiful. Okay, so next up, I'm trying to rush through this because my husband and my other son and Alexis are at the grocery store. So if they get back and Alexis comes in here, the podcast is over because she's gonna be anyway.
Mom,
so
I want this, I want that.
That's what you would have done.
No.
So the next the next setup,
no, that's not me.
The next setup is by Lone Star Arts, and you guys saw her giveaways in the earlier podcast. And this top, I think both of these, let me just make sure of, okay, so this one is in her Armadillo. Your head is in the way. Armadillo colorway. Look at that. And that's kind of showing a little bit true to color. And it is 75% Superwash Merino, 25% Nylon.
463 yards.
463 yards. Okay? Isn't that beautiful? And this is the colorway Harlot. Harlot. Okay? And her next one is going to be her Mockingbird base, again, which is 100% Superwash Merino and 438 yards. And this is Bad Romance. You know the song Bad Romance, Jordan? And that's showing true to color as well. So I guess some of them show true to color, probably depending upon what the color is. But yeah, these are, I love her bases, and I love her color. She has a good color for eye as well.
Eye for color.
Just slap that in there. Oh, I forgot. There was one other purchase that I got from Lone Star Fiber, and it is in the colorway Fruit Punch. Fruit Punch. Fruit Punch. Is it? There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. Now, an eye for color. Now I could not go to DFW Fiberfest and not stop by Mustache Yarns. My condolences to her. Her mother just passed away right when she got back from DFW Fiberfest. So my condolences to you in regards to that. I did manage to grab these two skeins. I matched these together. I hope you guys can see the speckles in this. It is just gorgeous. I usually, and probably a lot of you know, I usually gravitate towards darker colors, but I wanted to go a little bit more subtle this time. So I chose this colorway with this mini, so I could do toes, heels, and cuffs, because I just think that it would go together so well. So I'm excited about knitting this up. This is her Simply Speckled sock base, which is 75% Superwash Merino, 25% Nylon, 460 yards. And this is in the colorway Nocturne Alley, which is, like I said, it's gorgeous because it's got these speckles in it, and it's just so soft. So I cannot wait to make that up. And I think we're getting close to the end, which is incredible in itself. Oh, guys, I ran into one of our fans You were not here, Jordan. The reason, and I went over budget at DFW Fiberfest because I was there all 3 days. On Sunday, I didn't have to take a class. I signed up for a 2-color brioche class, and had I left on Saturday and not come back, I would have been fine. But once you take the class, what happens? You want to go back downstairs, right, to the vendor hall. And that's what I did. And that's when I blew my budget. But I met Diane Couture. Her first name is Diane. Her shop is Diane Couture. And I had already favorited her shop on Etsy a long time ago. But I ran into her and she was so sweet. She says she loves the podcast and she's been catching up on the podcast as well. Well, Diane makes extremely nice bags and she is local here to the Dallas area. And I gotta tell you, when I saw this yarn, and I'm sorry about the lighting. Let me see if I can get this to focus. Is lighting up on this side. So if you can see this, there we go. It's got sweaters and scarves, and the background is a light green. It is a yarn bowl holder. So in the center is a hole so that you can thread your yarn out through that hole in order to keep it from flopping around. This is very sturdy construction. Look, it's got these beautiful snaps on it so that you can take your ball out. And she has her, oops, it's upside down. I don't know if you can see it, but she has her logo stamped on the inside. And like I said, it's a really good sturdy yarn ball holder. And of course I had to get the needle cozy that goes with it, right? So I want you guys to check out, that's her card. I'll have her information in below as well. You would really be impressed with her bags. Check them out. Like I said, I'm not just saying that because she's local to me. I actually was able to physically look at her bags, and yeah, the pictures on Etsy don't do it justice. So check her out. I think you will be very, very happy with the quality of her work. Okay, so hi Diane. So last but not least are three I have 3 more things and then I'll be done. Okay, so I bought this lay lines yarn, and it's a gray tone, and I thought this would be a good pair of socks for Steven since he doesn't like a lot of wild colors. He's more of a black, gray, blue kind of guy. And when I saw this, I thought, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this. This is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. But now I'm thinking I might do this for my dad because he doesn't. I've not knit him some socks, and I know that he would be truly, truly happy. And this is in the, I don't know if I'm saying this right, saffroni base. Saffroni. And the colorway is Stone Dance. And even though it doesn't look that gray, while you shimmying, even though it doesn't look that gray in the light, it is a beautiful, beautiful gray. So I got this from the Knitting Fairy in Grand Prairie, and I've not been to their shop before, but I have heard about it. So if you're local to the DFW if you're local to the DFW area, you might want to check them out. Okay. And one of my favorite scores of the day was these beautiful sock blockers by Perfectly Catchy Designs. Okay, look, of course I'm a Texas girl, always have been a Texas girl, so when I saw the Texas cutout, I had to have them. And I know that they have been, I think the Yarn Hoarder really likes their sock blockers as well. Beautiful, spirited owners. She was very kind and sweet and talked to me for quite some time and about how they got started, etc. So her husband is adorable as well. So I really enjoy talking with them. And like I said, these are great quality sock blockers. And I got the state of Texas. So her information will be down below. She doesn't technically have like a website. I think she sells her sock blockers through eBay. Okay, so I hear the garage door going up. So last but not least, so I can wrap this up, I got some ChowGoo needles, another set of size 1 40-inch cables, another size US 1 60-inch cable, and then I got a 24-inch US size 5. So, and those are from the Fiber Lady here in Louisville. So, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. We appreciate you guys every day coming back to listen to us and support us. So give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I think we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.